guys, and welcome to the latest Corners AV Review Diaries. Today we want to take a look at something a little bit different, and this is the Edwards Audio Apprentice Turntable. This is a really interesting turntable because it is coming in at, I guess you would say, sort of respectively the lower end of the market. But really what we wanted to focus on was this a good option to consider, because obviously Edwards, they're a UK company. It's something a little bit different from maybe all of the bigger mainstream brands. So how does it compare really to those other brands around that same price point? So to start with, let's talk a little bit about the turntable, and then we'll get a little bit more into the sound and our opinion of it. So as you can see, it's actually a really beautifully made turntable. It's very stylish. Obviously it's not a conventional shape, it is a more rounded shape, but it is really well put together. This is completely made in the UK, which is really nice. So for a turntable at that price point alone, that's really impressive. And another thing we really like is that Edwards Audio make their own tone arm, and it's a unipivot design, which is quite rare to see at this price point. And it is a tone arm made from scratch. It's not just a tone arm lifted off a shelf and fitted to the turntable. It's something they've actually built themselves. So again, at that £400 price point, that's a really impressive feature. Again, there's other things. As I say, you get this really nice acrylic platter. It's a really nice again sub platter. You have a brass bearing in there. The speed control is manual, which is obviously just one thing to bear in mind. But also you can see here is this really nice acrylic plinth. And again, your power is actually just used here at the back. It's quite a nice design. Obviously you have the sort of a sandwich style plinth system with the two pieces of acrylic on the outside with a thicker piece in the middle, which is going to give a little bit of dampening and a little bit of suspension, you could even say, to the sound. So all in all, I mean, for £400, it's a very impressive turntable. It's something that has been designed very well. As I say, you get this custom tone arm from Edwards, and again things like acrylic platters, a very nice sub platter, and a really solid bearing. Mentioned before, you do lose out a little bit on the electronic speed control, which may or may not be something that really bothers you. It depends how much you use 45s really, but for the most part there's very few negatives. I suppose one of the questions we always get asked about Edwards is, you know, how does it compare to the competition really? And for us, to be fair, with Edwards being something this is hand-built in the UK, you're getting a lot of turntable for your money, and for us, we've never had any reliability issues. Everything's always come really well built, really well put together. Honestly, we have very few things we could say against them. Against the competition, you know, this certainly sits on the shelf and looks like it should be there. Against the likes of obviously the Projects and things, which are a really huge company, the Edwards does a fantastic job. Sonically, you get a really good turntable here. It's, I guess you could say, that step into the audiophile world. This is going to bring in a lot more of those three-dimensionalities, dynamics, some of those details you maybe aren't hearing on cheaper turntables. And this is a great step, I guess you could say, obviously respectively given the price, into the world of sort of audiophile style listening. You're going to get a lot of characteristics you hear on much more expensive turntables with something like the Edwards here. It's a great starting point. It's something you can build on. Obviously there's things like the cartridge you can change, which will give you upgrades, and things like power supplies which can be changed without the need to change the whole deck. But obviously you will hear a lot more with something like this than you will with cheaper models, and it really does stand up against some of the bigger brands out there. Without a doubt, it's built every bit as well. Reliability has been flawless. Sonically, as I say, you're getting three-dimensionality with this, you're getting dynamics. The details are really nice and sweet. It's good punchy bass. For us, our only thing we would really recommend is to probably look at a cartridge upgrade at some point. It's not essential at the start, but I think the performance of the turntable almost outweighs the cartridge that comes on it. So I think actually if you're able to afford to put a slightly better cartridge on, it really benefits the turntable. You know, the turntable is definitely capable of working with a better cartridge. But to be fair to Edwards, obviously the cartridge supplied is there to keep it into that £400 price point. And when you see this in the flesh, you'll understand they've done an amazing job to put this together at its price. It's one of our favourite turntables at this price point. It definitely stands up against the competition, and it does come in a very wide range of colours, which is quite unusual as well. You've got greens and reds and blues, so some really nice funky colours, as well as your standard obviously black and white. So absolutely a fantastic turntable. Again, coming from a UK company is nice to see, and all being manufactured over here as well. So absolutely, really very few negatives. As I said, it obviously doesn't have electronic speed control. That may or may not be a big issue for you, just depends. And obviously it's a really simple thing to change the speed anyway. Just pop the platter off and knock the belt down one groove. So really it's not a big deal. And again, you still have your upgrade path as well. So all in all, it will be a big recommendation here from us, and something definitely worth checking out. Obviously it's been a really quick video, just going over the very basics of the turntable. So if you want more information, please do get in touch. We're always happy to chat, and obviously we can chat a little bit more about how this would work in your system, whether this is the right turntable for you, or maybe some of the others will actually end up being a better fit. And yeah, again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it's been a little bit helpful in maybe helping you find your next turntable, and I hope to see from you soon.
Listening.